Students, did you ever want to be a steamfitter? Today we're diving into a world where innovation meets craftsmanship, where problem solving is an art form, and where the demand for skilled hands is always on the rise. Welcome to the vital and dynamic world of steam fitting, where every connection and joint you craft contributes to a landscape of productivity and technological advancement. Join us on a journey through the intricate network of pipes, where precision meets innovation and the mastery of steam fitting brings heat, energy, and efficiency to diverse applications, one pipe at a time.
My name is Anthony Marshall, and I'm a member of Steamfitters Local 449. Steamfitters maintain, install, and fabricate piping systems for heating, cooling, ventilation, refrigeration, medical gas. Basically, anything that's in a piping system is in our wheelhouse. Everything that goes along with it, from drawing the system, designing the system, fabrication on the system, preventative maintenance on the system, transporting the system. That's all us and everything that goes along with it. I applied to the Steamfitters Union at 30 years old after I found out about their apprenticeship program, how it operates, and what type of work a steamfitter does. I completed my 5-year apprenticeship 2 years ago, and now I'm 7 years into the Steamfitters and I am a journeyman. What drew me to the field was the type of work that the Steamfitters do and the type of money. The foreman on the job that I was on, it was in 2012, I believe, and he had a yellow Hummer. And I was like, what kind of construction worker has a yellow Hummer? I want to work with those guys. I want yellow Hummer money. What led me to the trades was after college, still a need for exploration. I didn't find that my journey was started, let alone completed, and I wanted to know what was out there in the world. And so I ventured out for myself. And I know a career in the trades leads you into different destinations, whether you're in a building, on top of a building, under the building, whether you're in an industrial setting, whether you're in a schoolhouse, a nuclear power plant, or a different state even. But I knew that I would get exposure, and that's what I was looking for at that point, was exposure after college. So that's why I got into the trades. I think the most important trait to have is the willingness to learn and accountability. Be willing to understand that you are going to make a mistake, deal with the consequences, and get better. It's only experience. It's only going to make you better. But if you're afraid to take the first step, you'll never take a step. There are several avenues for children in high school to get prepared for the trades. One of them being VOTEC, CTC, or CTE programs that are available. Another one is just work experience in general. If you're working at your neighborhood corner store, your neighborhood ice cream parlor, and you have to be there at 4 o'clock every day, you're conditioned to show up early for work, complete your job, complete your tasks, put a hard day's work in, and go home. And you feel that accomplishment every day. If you could get into working at a young age, that sense of accomplishment that comes with earning that first paycheck, and I did this on my own, it will take you anywhere you want to go in life. To apply to the Steamfitters Union, one must possess completion of high school, whether it's a GED, diploma, or their high school transcript, a valid Pennsylvania driver's license, and a $30 check or money order for the aptitude test. To apply to the Steamfitters, you must fill out the application here in person at the Steamfitters Technology Center. And when you fill your application out, you will be handed a letter for your aptitude test. The aptitude test is a 150-question, multiple choice, basic construction comprehension test. The basic math, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of fractions and whole numbers. Also, word association and construction comprehension. Based upon how you do on your test, you will be granted an interview. Your interview is in person. When you wear your interview, even though we are construction workers, it's a formal interview. Put on a suit, a tie, a dress. Based on your interview, if you applied for the building trade sites, which is the men and the women who install, maintain, and fabricate the piping systems, if you're accepted, you have an 18-week unpaid welding boot camp. You get a lot of moaning and groaning with this 18-week unpaid camp until you realize that if you go somewhere else, it's going to be 18 months and you're going to pay for that same education. But when you finish that program, you're not in your apprenticeship. You've just completed someone else's program. That 18 weeks is the beginning. That is the first step. You complete that 18-week boot camp and then you go working for a contractor in your apprenticeship. The way our apprenticeship is set up is you go to class 1 day a week every other week for 22 daytime classes a year throughout the 5 years. So a first-year apprentice would be in school every other Monday. A second-year apprentice would go to school every other Tuesday. Third year, every other Wednesday, and so on. Like I said earlier, I'm a journeyman, so at the completion of my apprenticeship, that doesn't mean I know everything about the Steamfitters. That just means I finished my general course of studies for the Steamfitters. I can still get additional training and education at no cost because I'm in the Steamfitters Union. And that's the beauty of it. I can always get better at no charge.
Like this is your suction.
Discharge.
Yes, so discharge, and then you have the electric.
We have another program, which is the Mechanical Equipment Service Program. The general public tends to refer to that as the HVAC program, and those are the men and the women who do the troubleshooting, the diagnostics, and the repair and the preventative maintenance on the equipment if it's not working properly. So you'll see the big vans with the names on the side of somebody, and it'll say their name in the mechanical contracting company, and those are the men and women who do that. And in our other program, they have a 10-week boot camp where they do basic refrigeration, basic electricity, and from there they ramp it up to commercial and industrial refrigeration and electricity. After the completion of their camp, they go to work and they enter the apprenticeship also like the building trades, and they do the apprenticeship 1 day a week, every other week for the 5 years with the classes in the same format. After completion of the camp, you begin your apprenticeship as a first-year apprentice. Currently, a first-year apprentice would make $20.75 an hour plus health and welfare, which is your health insurance. That's a big bonus when I say plus health insurance, because if you have multiple children in other organizations or companies, they will start deducting for your benefit package. I'm in the union, so my benefit package is added on to my hourly rate. So as a first-year apprentice, you're going to school every other Monday, you're making $20.75 an hour. Second-year apprentice, you're going to school every other Tuesday, making $25 an hour. Third year, you're going to school every other Wednesday, making $29.97 an hour. Fourth year, you really get into some money and you're making up, I believe, $34 an hour. Fifth-year apprentices make $37 an hour. Then once you complete your apprenticeship and you become a journeyman, you get that final pay raise to the journeyman rate, which is currently $46.10 an hour. So you can have a career where you make $46 an hour without debt. If you do it and you like it, it's great. If you don't and you tried it, at least you have the experience. And trades lead their way into other trades. Like I started off in one trade and it led me into another trade. Someone might come down here and start to see what the Steamfitters do, but while they're here, see something on the electrical aspect and say, you know, I want to be an electrician, or see the way the building is set and say, I want to be an architect or a carpenter, and that's fine. We just want you to know that these resources are available for free. The beauty of it, though, is as a journeyman, you can travel the world here, Ireland, Australia, Canada, Vermont, California. You could go take a job out in a refinery and accidentally meet someone out there on purpose and begin a new life, and all your benefit package and everything would all follow you, no matter where I go. So if I work for 20 contractors in my 40-year career, or 8 contractors, my benefit package, my health and welfare package, everything always follows me. Yes, there's definitely been an influx in women entering the Steamfitters and skilled trades, and realizing that we're not grunts in the construction world and we don't get covered in crud and get all dirty. I think a common misconception in construction is that we're bodybuilders, that you have to be a big, hunky, burly guy and that's couldn't be further from the truth. Mechanical Advantage, they make cranes. We do the rigging, the crane does the carrying. So I'm not out at work every day trying to become the world's strongest man. The procedures that we do are delicate and elegant. We work with our hands and our brains. A lot of hand, a lot of brain, not a lot of back. We're from the head up, not the neck down in our trade. So when we discuss the piping systems in the Steamfitters, there's a huge misconception that the only thing we do is weld carbon steel piping. We weld and we weld piping. We are some of the best welders in the world. But along with that comes the CAD drawing and the designing. So one example of a piping system that people use every day and don't even realize we control it is your commercial refrigeration for your grocery store. You go to the store, you grab your pop or your soda or your diet hot cold water, and you pull it out of the cooler and it's cold and it's fine and it's great. But you don't realize that there's a piping system under there that's controlled by Steamfitters, that if that refrigerant system didn't work properly, your drink would no longer be cold. No longer would your drink not be cold, the temperature would be right, and now you grow bacteria on your food and your vegetables and your fruits. So the grocery store, every day you go into the grocery store, thank the Steamfitters, because that piping system that you don't even see is one of ours. Your heating, your cooling, your ventilation, your HVAC, that's our piping system. When you go to the hospital, you get anesthesia, they put the mask on you, say count down from 99 and you get to 93 in your sleep. That medical gas rail for that, Steamfitters installed that. Like I said, piping systems. People don't look at the piping systems on the rooftop units. The only piping system they're familiar with for the most part that we have is their heating and cooling in their furnace. So they know we do that, but they don't think about the rest of the piping system. So they're like, are you a plumber? What's the difference between a steamfitter and a plumbing? The difference is the jurisdiction for the piping systems. I think the best thing about a career in the skilled trades is the ability to build. And by that I mean, if you have a bad day, you're constantly trying to build to get better. If you have a bad day and you did something wrong, you just got the experience. You're gonna go back tomorrow, show up and compete again because you're here to build. Those skills then translate to your house, to your family, to your home, to your lifestyle. Now I get to save money too on the things I do in my house because I'm not paying somebody to build in my house. If I could build a boiler room or work in a nuclear power plant and do my own furnace, I'll do everything else around my house too. It might take me a little longer, but I'll save money doing it. So that's what I like about it. I have the ability to always build and get better. You see some of the most beautiful and elegant things being a steamfitter because we're in everywhere and nobody thinks about how we're there. We're kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Nobody looks up in the ceiling for the piping system or under for the piping system or open that door to the mechanical room. But when it goes down and it's messed up and we get to repair it and help, that's really the best part about it is that you get to help. You get to be an asset. My best advice I could give to a young person who wants to pursue a career in the skilled trades is do it. Do it. Don't talk about it. Do it. If you like it, you love it. If you love it, you get paid for it too.
So students, are you ready to turn your passion into a profession? Steamfitter, it's not just a trade, it's a journey of discovery, growth, and endless possibilities. Be the architect of your destiny and check out the website, www.ua449.com.